Canal Fear Zone, your channel of terror. Good evening, everyone, and we go to the story of today, which is Mr. Daniel, and it happened to him in the city of Itamaraju, which is in the state of Bahia, and at that time, that was in the year 2011, Mr. Daniel was 41 years old. And what I will tell you today was the worst night I had in my place, because a creature surprised me at dawn, and I had to react brutally against this werewolf. And it all started like this. I live in a very humble village in my city. I have a wife and 2 more children, and we live on a small farm. Well, as I am an ordinary person from my region, I like to have fun in the bars at night, drinking beer and sometimes playing dominoes. One night, when I was in a bar, I stayed in this place until around 11 p.m. at night, and as it was very late, I left this establishment with a friend, and we left together. While I was walking with him through a dirt road, the bus passed by a road near me, and stopped at the bus stop. I saw a man get off the bus, and this guy had a bag on his back. But as the street was very dark, me and my friend hid behind a bush by the roadside, and we watched what this guy was going to do. But to our surprise, this man ended up entering the dark bush, and he disappeared through that place. As we didn't see this guy anymore, my friend and I left the place walking to our homes. As soon as I arrived at my residence, I went to have dinner, but when it was around 1 o'clock in the morning, I saw some noises in my backyard, and for sure it was my dog. I saw that my dog had torn some garbage bags, and he had made a mess all over my yard, and I was nervous about this, but soon got a broom to clean the yard, and then swept all the dirt away. At that time, my dog started barking in the direction of the bamboo fence of my residence, and my dog was very agitated, but he stayed away from the fence, and trying to warn me of something that was near the fence. I was curious, and wanted to know what my dog was barking at. So I looked over the fence, but saw nothing. But suddenly, I felt something jumping on my back, and it was something big and heavy that even fell to the ground. Realizing the danger, I turned around quickly to see what was happening, or that had attacked me, but there was no time, because a huge dark animal was very close to me, and I realized that it would attack me, grabbed my broom that was on the ground beside me, but as soon as I tried to get up, the strange creature jumped on me. At that instant, I quickly put the broom handle in front of me, and this helped me to protect myself from the beast's attempts to bite me, and at that moment I thought it would be the end of me, because my dog, despite trying to bite the creature, this beast didn't care about my dog. He was trying to kill me in pieces. Finally, with the strength and weight of this huge beast, and also with its violent attacks, the broom handle broke in my hands. But at that time that I thought would be my end, the broom handle turned into 2 wooden stakes. With this I took advantage, and I stuck the wooden stake in the belly of the creature, and this animal let out a growl like a cry. This weird creature fell beside me, and he was trying to get the wooden stake out that was stuck in his belly. I thought it was strange that creature was doing that, acting like a person, and I was amazed at the appearance of this weird animal, for I have never seen such a creature. But I was very frightened by this situation and started to run from there. And in all the noise of the fight in the backyard of my house, my wife opened the window flaps to see what was going on, and at that moment she saw the creature. My wife got a fright, because that animal was standing on only 2 legs, and she shouted, "It's a werewolf." My wife closed the window quickly, and for sure my wife was right, because I looked quickly at this creature. And it had a body like a man's body, but it was all hairy, with a dark color, and its ears and mouth were similar to a dog's, but the animal's eyes had a strange light, which was a macabre thing. Anyway, I quickly went inside my house, and grabbed my machete to protect myself from this werewolf. I was soon spying on my yard through my bedroom window, and I didn't see that beast again. I spent the whole night in fear, and also kept my wife and son calm, so that they would not cry, because if they made any noise, it could attract that werewolf. But I was relieved when the day dawned, and my wife did not even want to know, and she told me to get a firearm quickly, otherwise she would no longer sleep at home. Well, I talked to some acquaintances and managed to buy a used rifle from a neighbor. I even warned this friend about what happened to me because I bought the gun from him. But even after a few days, when it got late at night, I got smart, and I was afraid that the werewolf would show up again because he might want to take revenge for the wound I had inflicted on him. But if this werewolf came back to my place again, I would shoot him with my gun. But otherwise, almost a month had passed since the werewolf's appearance, and fortunately the creature had not returned. One dawn I began to hear many barking dogs in the distance, but after a while, I soon began to hear the dogs in my neighborhood barking a lot. That instant I was already on alert, because it could be that werewolf. I went to look out the window to see something, but I saw nothing, but I was still very scared. Suddenly that man appeared on my street, that man who got off the bus and went into Mata Escura on that day that I was attacked by the werewolf, and although I didn't know this guy, even so, I went armed to talk to him in front of my house, and noticed that this man was fixing some bandages on his belly. The fact is that I warned him that he would be in danger walking through this place, because I was attacked by a werewolf a short time ago, inside my own house. When I told this guy that I bought a rifle to kill the creature, the stranger said that he was only spending a few days at his aunt's house, who lived nearby, and he knew nothing about this werewolf story. This guy didn't want to talk to me and left. But until today, after many years, I have never seen that guy walking in my region, and I haven't seen any other report of this werewolf in my village either. And even at this time today, I remember the attack of this creature that luckily I managed to survive and only took a few scratches, but for me, this guy bandaged in the belly is the suspect of having become the werewolf that attacked me, because he was wounded in the same place where I stuck the stake in the belly of the werewolf, and this happened on the same day that I saw this suspicious man getting off the bus in my neighborhood. And for you, that guy was or was not the werewolf remains the question. But the experience I learned is that today I take care to go out at night because these creatures exist and attacks people. If you like the story, subscribe and leave your like to receive new content from the channel. Until next.